Dr. M. Amprilindo, Minister in charge, to reply, please.
Honorable Speaker, sir. Reply to start question number 4A, sir. Yes, sir. B. Sir, Journalist Welfare Scheme 2009 provides for medical welfare of journalists. C. Sir, does not arise in view of A above. D. Yes, sir. E. Sir, Journalist Welfare Scheme 2009 provides for family welfare of journalists. F. Sir, does not arise in view at A above. And G. Yes, sir. H. Sir, post-retirement support for retired journalists is under active consideration of the department. I. Sir, does not arise in view at A above, sir.
Sir, may I know from the Honorable Minister in charge, please, with regards to the reply of question 4B. Journalist Welfare Scheme 2009 provides for medical welfare of journalists. Can the Honorable Minister specify the amount in details?
So amount ranges from 1 lakh for journalists losing their lives, and medical treatments range from 50,000 onwards, sir, to about 1 lakh.
One more question, Mr. Speaker, sir. With regards to reply, question number 4E. Journalist Welfare Scheme 2009 provides this another scheme for family welfare of journalists. May I know from the Honorable Minister in charge, what kind of benefits are being provided to the family of the journalist?
So the main purpose of the scheme is to provide a one-time assistance on urgent basis. Journalists who suffer loss of life or unnatural deaths get up to about 1 lakh in the 2009 scheme. Journalists who suffer permanent disabilities, etc., get approximately about 50,000. Relief to journalists in case of extreme hardship on account of illness, up to a maximum of 50,000 at one time. Some journalists have also got 2 times. So we also have, in order to administer this, we have a committee. It's called the Journalist Welfare Scheme Committee. Then, sir, we have a corpus fund at that point of time of 5 lakhs, always placed at the disposal of the DIPR budget. Then we also have these schemes specifically for accredited journalists only. Sir, journalists who suffer loss of life also in unnatural death circumstances also are given a a relief of 1 lakh. Yes, sir, as of today, these are the different parameters applicable and available for journalists in general.
One more supplementary question. Based on the reply of the Honorable Minister, the details of amount provided for the family of the journalists and medical welfare for the journalists, since I feel it is very, very less, I would like to request the Honorable Minister to kindly look into this matter and with a request to kindly enhance it to another 100%.
Honorable Speaker, sir, in total agreement with the Honorable Member, very senior legislator, vast experience and knowledge. And yes, 2009 scheme was a little outdated. We look at other states, we've seen that they have progressed much more on various sectors for these kinds of interventions for journalists. Hence, we are now in the process of proposing the Meghalaya Journalist Welfare Scheme 2024. It is at a stage which is very advanced. In fact, we are now looking at a corpus availability of fund of not less than 35 lakhs, because 5 lakhs is very meager. In fact, there are different heads where we are now looking at not just 100% increase, a 500% increase from 1 lakh to 5 lakh for deaths of journalists. Then treatment from 50 to 3 lakhs, from 50,000 to 3 lakhs. And so we are also encouraging journalists to register with the MHIS scheme, which is very beneficial for all journalists. We are also proposing some specific funding for health, cashless treatments of journalists, but then all of this is in a proposal stage. So we are aware that there are certain states closer to us, like Assam, where they have pension, retired journalists for pension. And we are looking at a possibility. Do not want to commit much here, sir, but we are concerned and we are seeing whether that will be a possible thing in the immediate future.
Thank you. Yes, Honorable, please.
Honorable Speaker, sir, when we talk about the issue about journalists within a state, within the country as a whole, we understand they are the pillar of democracy, fourth pillar of democracy. At the same time, in collecting information and then distributing information to the public at large. I would like to know from the Honorable Minister in charge whether the government have any plan for having a kind of stipend only to those accredited journalists within the state as well.
So, it is factual that not all media houses have a regular or a similar slabbing of salary or remunerations for journalists. And it is also a fact that some journalists suffer greatly because of these difficulties of irregular payments. We completely share this concern. However, journalists are employed by independent or private entities. And yes, we are looking at accreditation procedures so that these journalists are taken care of by their employing agencies. And we hope to see a day that any journalist earning less than 15,000 should at least be covered by the Employment Provident Fund organization scheme of the country, and that each of these independent agencies take care for the welfare of journalists. We are also considering actively a housing proposal for journalists, because at least if we can provide shelter to the journalists, it's better. But everything is at a preparatory stage. We are committed as a government, and we hope that we'll do better justice to the predicament of journalists in general, sir.
One more, sir. Yeah. We are all accountable to proper information, especially nowadays with circulation of fake news, coming up of YouTubers with authorized, unauthorized, and we have seen people at large there has been misled. So whether the government has planned to have a proper sensitization to all the journalists from time to time to enhance their skills so that the public at large, they will have a proper information at the ground.
So training for journalists. I presume that is what the Honourable Member wants to talk about.
Yeah.
So yes, it would be an ideal situation where we do support journalists, and yes, we do support journalists from various medias to attend various programs and other activities that they so get invited to. And yes, sir, it is factual also that social media is beyond the control of a government agency. We are preparing certain documents where we will empower and teach the system a little more strictly, and whatever suggestions given by the Honourable Member, sir, has been noted. I don't have the exact numbers of such programs supported by the government to journalists. Time to time we are taking journalists not just within the country but sometimes abroad also for exposure trips. We will continue to handhold journalists, to be there for journalists. Definitely they are an important segment in the community. They are the only ones who combat the untruth. As far as combatment of false information and its circulation in the community, sir, we are concerned as a government. We are planning a few laws that will curb and hold accountable circulation of false information. I will share from time to time as and when these documents are ready.